When was the last time you were truly kind to yourself? Not performative, not polite, but soul deep kindness. The kind that nourishes, that soothes, that holds you in your mess without demanding a version of you that's more together. Because in a world obsessed with speed, control, and perfection, kindness is rebellion. Kindness says, I don't need to hustle to be enough. I can love myself through this. I can be soft and still be powerful. But here's what most people don't tell you. Kindness is not weakness. It is energetic leadership. It's boundary work. It's spiritual strength dressed in softness. So if you've been burnt out from giving, exhausted from people pleasing, and wondering how to hold your heart without losing yourself, this is the virtue you've been searching for. Welcome, beautiful soul. I'm Cherry, spiritual life coach, numerologist, energy alchemist, and your soul guide to this journey of sacred remembering. I work with visionary, heart-heavy women who are kind of shrinking, tired of chasing worth, and deeply ready to reclaim their truth, their energy, and their radiance. Through the ancient wisdom of numerology, energy body mastery, Lemurian codes, and fierce boundary healing, I help you break free from the patterns that keep you small, especially the ones dressed up as kindness. This series on the 13 Merkaba virtues is not just information, it's a recalibration, a reclamation, a return to your divine self. So if your heart's beating a little louder right now, if your soul's whispering yes, then come walk this path with me. I'd love you to subscribe to the channel and tap that notification bell so you don't miss a single activation. Each one is a key back to who you really are. Drop a comment with the words kindness. Kindness begins with me. Or share what part of this transmission stirred something inside you. And if you know a sister who's been giving to everyone but herself, send this to her. Let this be her invitation to soften without sacrificing. Because in this temple, we don't just learn, we remember, we rise, we lead with love, with power, and yes, with kindness. So let's get into it. Before we begin, place your hands gently over your heart. Feel the warmth of your own presence. Close your eyes and take a deep breath in and exhale slowly. Let's arrive here fully in this moment. This is the frequency of kindness, the essential nectar that feeds the garden of your soul and the world around you. So why is kindness more than just a nice idea? In a world spinning faster every day, where stress, overwhelm, and disconnection run rampant, kindness is often dismissed as a fluffy, optional luxury, something for other people, or for moments when you have spare energy. But I'm here to call bullshit on that. Kindness isn't optional. It's a necessity, a sacred foundation for any truly good life, especially one shared with others. When we show kindness, we are watering the garden of reality itself. We nourish not only the people we touch, but the energetic field of existence. That which is nourished thrives, bringing abundance, good fruit. Kindness is not weakness or naivety. It is fierce, potent, and transformative. It's an introduction of me. Your guide on this journey. Before we dive deeper, let me introduce myself properly, especially if you're new to this space. My mission here is to help you shed those limiting beliefs, like I'm broken or asking for help in weakness, and step boldly into your own power through spiritual remembering and energetic mastery. Kindness is one of the core virtues I teach because it holds the power of transformation, holds the power to transform your relationships and yourself and the world. So if you're ready to stop shrinking, start thriving, and walk your path with fierce kindness and clear boundaries, welcome home. The true nature of kindness. Let's break that down. What kindness really is. Kindness is more than polite words or passing gestures. It's a dynamic force. It's a vibration that moves through you and outward, connecting heart to heart. When you offer kindness, you are not giving away part of yourself. You are activating your wholeness. Kindness is an act of alignment with your higher self, your soul's radiant nature. It is choosing to respond from love rather than fear or judgment. It's recognizing the shared human experience, the interwoven threads that link us all. Kindness is the water that quenches dry hearts, the light that softens hardened edges, the palm that smooths wounds unseen. Why does kindness matter? To you, to others, to the field? Here's a truth I want you to feel deep in your bones. When you practice kindness, you aren't just changing them, you are changing you. Kindness rewires the brain. lowers stress, hormones, and flooding your system with oxytocin, the feel-good chemical. It boosts your immune system, grounds you in present moments of awareness, and creates energetic ripple effects beyond measure. And the people around you, they feel it too. Your kindness acts like a seed in their hearts, inspiring them to respond with kindness, creating a chain reaction that lights up the collective field. Kindness is medicine. It's a balm for trauma, a bridge over conflict, a channel for healing. The energetic field of reality is like a garden. When you water it with kindness, the soil becomes fertile and good fruits grow naturally. The shadow side of kindness, when it becomes people-pleasing, because kindness can be twisted into its opposite, people-pleasing, codependency, and self-sacrifice. This is not the kindness we are awakening here. The kind of kindness I'm talking about is fierce, it's wise, it knows when to say yes, when to say no. It doesn't come at a cost of your boundaries or your well-being. People-pleasing masquerades as kindness but leaves you exhausted, resentful, and depleted. It's born from fear of rejection, not being good enough, rather than a place of true love. If you're saying yes when you want to say no, or bending yourself into a pretzel to avoid conflict, you're stepping into the shadow side of kindness. But don't beat yourself up. This is a part of the healing journey. True kindness starts with being kind to yourself. Radical kindness is the practice of kindness to self. Here's the spiritual truth. You cannot pour from an empty cup. The deepest form of kindness begins with how you treat your own body, heart, and soul. It means showing up for yourself with gentleness, patience, and respect, listening to your needs, honoring your limits, speaking to yourself with compassion rather than criticism. When you reclaim kindness towards yourself, you break the cycle of self-neglect and open the doorway to authentic kindness towards others. Practice this today. Notice your inner dialogue. Are your words kind or harsh? Treat yourself as you would a beloved friend. Take small moments daily to nourish yourself, whether it's rest, movement, creative play, or simply breathing deeply. Your relationship with yourself sets the tone for all your other relationships. So how does kindness transform relationships? Let's zoom out a little bit. When you practice kindness to yourself and others, your relationships transform in profound ways. Boundaries become easier because kindness isn't about being a doormat, but about clear, loving communication. Conflict softens. Kindness creates space for empathy and understanding. Connection deepens. Kindness opens the heart chakra and invites authentic intimacy. Trust rebuilds kindness, healing old wounds and building bridges over broken ground. Kindness is the soil from which love, respect, and peace grow. But it's not always easy. Sometimes kindness requires courage, courage to speak truth, to hold space for others. Kindness is a spiritual muscle you strengthen with practice. Here's some practical ways to cultivate kindness every day. So let's get practical. Here are some ways you can embody kindness in your daily life. Start with your morning ritual. Greet yourself in the mirror with kindness. Affirm, I am worthy of love and kindness. Listen deeply when someone speaks. Listen fully without interrupting or planning your response. Practice random acts of kindness. Hold the door. Compliment a stranger. Send a loving text. Be patient with yourself and others. Kindness flourishes in patience. Over forgiveness, forgiveness is kindness in action. Say no kindly. Protect your energy with respect and love. Volunteer to give back. Acts of kindness to community fuel the soul. Be kind to the environment. Nature thrives when we nurture it. Each small act is a seed. With time, it blossoms into life lived from the heart. So what's the energetic science of kindness? Science is now proving what ancient wisdom has long known. Kindness has measurable effects on the body and mind. Studies show that when we perform acts of kindness, our brain releases dopamine, creating a helper's high. Levels of cortisol and stress hormones decrease. Heart rate variability improves, indicating better emotional regulation. Our immune function strengthens. Oxytocin fosters feeling of trust and bonding. Energetic kindness raises your vibration and expands your Merkaba field, creating a protective energetic shield that attracts abundance and joy. Kindness is a frequency. It's a language of the soul. Kindness as a spiritual practice is a path of discipline, and a form of prayer. It invites you to surrender ego, judgment, and separation. When you show kindness, you step into the knowing that we are all threads in the same cosmic tapestry, the same energy that animates all. Every kind act is an activation of divine love. This practice transforms your consciousness, awakens the Christ light within, pure compassion and unconditional love. Kindness is the flower of the heart chakra, blooming as you align with your soul's truth. But here's the honest truth. Sometimes kindness feels hard, especially when you're hurting, exhausted, or betrayed. Maybe you've been hurt by someone you wanted to be kind to. Maybe you're afraid kindness will be taken advantage of. Maybe you're exhausted and think kindness is too much work. These are real feelings, but they don't have to keep you stuck. Kindness is not about martyrdom or sacrifice. It's about strength and clarity. When resistance shows up, breathe and ask yourself, what would kindness do here? How can I protect my energy while still acting kindly? What truth needs to be spoken with love? Practice self-kindness through these moments of resistance. The more you meet resistance with kindness, the more you build your spiritual resilience. So what is kindness and boundaries? The power couple. You can be kind and have boundaries. This is non-negotiable truth that many people pleasers miss. Boundaries are acts of kindness. Kindness to yourself and kindness to others. When you hold clear boundaries, you create safe space for kindness to flow without depleting yourself. Boundaries are the roots. Kindness is the fruit. If you struggle with saying no kindly, try this. Acknowledge the request with appreciation. Thank you for asking me. Then state your boundary clearly. At this time, I'm unable to ... Fill in the blank. Offer an alternative if you can. Perhaps another time, or maybe X can help. This keeps kindness flowing and protects your energetic field. Here's some stories of kindness. Real life magic. Let me share some stories that show the magic of kindness in action. The stranger who paid for the coffee of the person behind them in line, creating a chain reaction of generosity. The woman who chose kindness over revenge after a painful betrayal and found healing and unexpected friendship. The person who set firm boundaries with a toxic family member, then extended kindness by sending a thoughtful letter that opened dialogue. These stories aren't just nice, they are profound spiritual awakenings in everyday life. So I want to give you some journaling prompts. Deepen your kindness practice. When was the last time I experienced kindness, giving or receiving, and how did that feel? What fears or beliefs keep me from being kind to myself or others? How can I nurture kindness in difficult relationships? What boundaries do I need to set to protect my kindness? How does kindness change the way I see the world? Take your time with these. Write without judgment. Let your soul speak. Here's a guided meditation which will open you to kindness. Find a quiet place and sit comfortably. Close your eyes and take a deep breath in. Visualize a gentle golden light radiating from your heart. Feel it expanding outwards, filling your chest, your arms, your whole body. See this light reaching out beyond you, touching the hearts of those around you, family, friends, strangers. Repeat silently or aloud, I am kindness. My heart is open. I nurture myself and others with love. Kindness flows through me effortlessly. Stay here as long as you like. Kindness is an offering to the world. Every act of kindness, no matter how small, is a gift to the world. You don't have to save the world overnight. You just have to show up kind, again and again. Kindness builds bridges over schisms of pain. It is a revolutionary act in a world hungry for love. And when you choose kindness, you help weave the new reality of peace, joy, and connection. If you want to walk your path with kindness, if you want to walk your kindness path with support, kindness is a journey, not a destination. If you're ready to cultivate this virtue deeply, to shed old patterns of people-pleasing, and to build authentic, soulful connections, I invite you to book a growth breakthrough session with me. Together, we will uncover where kindness has been misused or misunderstood in your life and activate the energetic tools you need to embody radical kindness with clear boundaries and deep self-love. Let's water your garden so you can bloom with fierce love, deep compassion, and unshakable kindness. Until next time.